Welcome to this week's episode of the Amber Tree Wellness TV, your weekly dose of health and wellbeing. How are you going? What I thought that I'd tackle today is different types of diets out there. We have raw diets, we have vegan diets, we have paleo diets, we have vegetarian diets. There's lots of different eating styles, blood type diet. There's different type of eating philosophies about food. What's right, what's wrong? Well, I'm only going to give you my opinion, and I will tell you that there'll be a million other opinions that don't agree with me, and there'll be some that do. When looking at diets, I'll just give a quick overview of what each one of them is. So a raw diet is basically 100% raw diet. There is no cooking involved. Everything is eaten raw. But, it does, you can process things together and mix things together, but there's nothing is cooked, so it's all completely raw. Lots of smoothies in that type of diet, and lots of salads and things like that. Tends to be more of a vegetarian style diet because they don't eat meat, so unless they're eating a little bit of raw fish, but it tends to be more vegetarian. Vegan or vegetarian, most people know what vegetarian is, and there's different types of vegetarian. Vegetarian, just a straight vegetarian, just doesn't eat meat, but some vegetarians eat fish, some eat chicken, some have eggs, so they're different types of vegetarians, and depends on what level you are. Vegan has no animal products at all, so it is completely 100% plant-based. And there are the one thing that I get concerned about with vegan diets is B12 deficiency, because B12 does come from animal products, and when you're on a totally vegan diet, it does concern me about B12. But, if you want, you can always supplement that anyway. Because I have actually seen a case of severe B12 deficiency in someone who'd been a vegan for 23 years, and it quite shocked me because she had all the symptoms of someone with MS. She actually couldn't walk, she was in a wheelchair, and it was all because of a B12 deficiency. A paleo diet. So a paleo diet is like the caveman diet. So it does have meat in it, it's cooked, has lots and lots of veggies, but it doesn't include your lentils or a lot of beans. So really it's vegetables, it's fruit, and it's meat. So that's the paleo diet. Dr. Loren Cordain actually has written a couple of books about that, because he is a big proponent of the paleo diet. And as I said, that's like the caveman diet. And then what else have we got? The blood type diet. Now the blood type diet is a diet that's been put out by Dr. Peter D'Adamo and his father, and it's based on our blood type, and the theory behind it is different blood types have different enzymes within our body to be able to digest different foods. An O type is a meat eater. They actually have the correct enzymes to be able to digest meat. An A type, though, doesn't have those enzymes, so they're better off being vegetarian. B types are more grain eaters, and the ABs are the vegetarian and the grains. And the theory behind all of that is where our ancestors came from, whether or not you were the caveman, whether or not, whether you're the hunter, whether you were the gatherer. ABs came along when the grain eaters and the vegetarians started to intermingle and bred and produced an AB blood type. So when it comes to all of those type of diets, I tend more towards the paleo and the blood type. Being an O-type person myself, I am a meat eater, which is why a paleo diet suits me. I do have meat, I have lots and lots of veggies. But for A-types, you might be happy having a raw food diet, and really, really great, because you got lots of different, you're getting all the enzymes that you require. You don't really want meat. Just make sure you are getting your nutrients, make sure you're getting plenty of iron, because a lot of vegetarians will be iron deficient, and as I said, B12. If you're putting some eggs into your diet, generally you'll be able to get that B12, because there is B12 within the eggs. And sometimes if your choice of foods is that you're going to not have foods that are high in particular nutrients, you may need to supplement. But look, you can get iron in plant foods. It's about knowing where you get it from and how you take it so it gets absorbed in your body. Any plant-based iron must be taken with a vitamin C to enhance the absorption, because it's not that easily absorbed into our guts. So there's lots of different types of diet. Generally I recommend a bit of a mix of a few of them. As I said, I'm more of a paleo, but I do have a lot of raw foods. I have nuts and seeds whereas they're not necessarily big on the paleo diet, but I have nuts and seeds, I have lots of veggies, and my veggies raw, I have salads raw, I have a lot of foods, I make my raw chocolates and things like that don't require heating. I've got some great recipes, and I'll put one on the website for this, for raw brownies and things like that, raw chocolate brownies. They don't require cooking. But they're just as yummy as those commercial ones that you find out there that are full of sugar and fats and all the things that just aren't good for you. So I suggest that my suggestion generally is keep the blood type diet as your basis, so wherever your blood type lies, and then build from there. I have found in clinic that the blood type diet really works, so that's where I generally recommend my clients to start with, and then from there build on up. And you might do a combination of a paleo or a raw diet or a vegetarian diet, and you put it all together, make what works for you. It's all about eating healthy. It's all about eating foods from nature. And if you just eat foods that come from nature, you'll be fine. You'll know, you listen to your body, it'll tell you what it wants. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Please feel free to share it around with your family. Let me know, what type of diet do you have? Have you tried raw diets? Have you tried vegan diets? What works for you? What hasn't worked for you? What do you think would work for you if you were to actually get rid of the processed foods and actually go to a more traditional style diet? What do you think would work? Let me know. As I said, feel free to share this with your friends and families, and I look forward to seeing you next week for your next episode of the Amber Tree Wellness TV. Thank you very much for joining me. Bye.